Hello and welcome to everyone watching. My name is Surjo, and in this video I shall be demoing the iconic distortion pedal from Boss, the Boss DS1. And again, like I said, one of the most iconic distortion pedals used in the early generations of when the guitar started becoming like a solo instrument. Solo guitar players like Joe Satriani and Steve Vai and all these guys came out. In their early generations, when they first started out, the DS1 was their weapon of choice, and that's what they used to do to convert the sound. And as you can hear, when I turn on these sounds, you will hear that it covers that vast 80s range, late 70s, early 80s range of distortion. You can immediately hear the way it kicks in. So we're going to delve right into this really simple but really functional pedal, and it's going to be your, like your first step into getting that vintage guitar sound, because that was the generation when the guitar was at its peak, with all these amazing instrumental players coming out, guitar instrumental artists coming out, and also the bands. And you can hear the 80s hair metal sound in there, the late 70s metal sound in there, the NWO BHM sound in there. So it's all there. So really simple pedal construction. As you can see, it's got an input jack, an output jack, and it has a battery that is, you can run it through 9-volt battery or adapter. The battery is provided, which is great. And it has 3 knobs for its controls. There's a tone control, there's a level control, and there's a distortion. So you can see the tone is on the left, the level is in the center, and the distortion is on the right side. Alright, so it has a check light. So if you press the pedal off, you can see that red check light goes off, and then when you press it back on, you can see that red check light right there, it comes on. Now, because there are bright lights on here, you might not be able to make the difference, but this is what it's going to look and sound like. Right now, I'll tell you what the signal chain is. It is going through my Gibson Melody Maker into the Boss DS1, into the Boss Katana 100. I have put some amount of reverb and delay from the Katana 100, and it's on the clean channel of the amp. This is what the amp sounds like right now without the DS1 on. That's what the amp sounds like. Now, you can hear the crunch kick in. So now let me talk about the tone knob first. What I'm going to do is the tone knob, you can see the center, I'm going to pull it all the way down so you can hear. The tone knob is basically like a high frequency roll off, so all the highs are gone. Putting it on full. That really thin, almost tin-like sound. Because in this case, when you start pushing it beyond the 50%, it's almost like a low frequency roll-off as well. So first it's a high frequency roll-off, then around the middle is when it's had its sweet spot. It has all the frequency spectrum, and then once you go past 12 o'clock, there's a low frequency roll-off too. You can hear the lows come back in. if I take the distortion and I take it all the way down to 0, this is with the pedal off, and now the distortion is at 0 and the pedal is going to come on. So should you be playing Hendrix on a Gibson? Then bring it up to like quarters. Possibly keep under these circumstances when I'm working purely on a clean channel, you can hear the real grit of the distortion come through. That's what the thing is like. Again, please see the amount of tonal variation that is brought about. Last but not least is the level, which is basically the amount of the effect. So you can hear very 0. So that was that on the clean channel. I'm really going to go through the quick progression once again, but this time I'm going to take it to the crunch channel of the katana. This is what the crunch channel of the katana sounds like. You can hear it's clearly much louder, so when the distortion kicks in. Now traditionally you have to understand a distortion is traditionally supposed to work on a clean or cleanish sound, because it really cannot do much when there's a whole lot of distortion on. Anyway, it really doesn't make much of a difference, because then you would need an overdrive which goes over the drive. But traditionally speaking, a distortion is supposed to work on a clean or cleanish channel, clean or cleanish sound, so that it can distort that. As you can hear, the sound character is something completely different because it's a distorted sound already. without the DS1. Whatever that sounds like. Taking it back down to the clean channel. So that was my demo of the Boss DS1. I want to thank Briganza's Music again for providing me with the pedals so that I can demo it for you. As you can see, that iconic sound of early 80s metal and instrumental guitar music, you can find a lot of that in here with this pedal, especially if you work it with the cleaner channels. It's a distortion pedal, it's not an overdrive pedal. As you can hear, even with a little bit of gain in the crunch channel of the amp, it gives a completely different texture. Now, if you're going for completely different textures, well, that's another thing to do. So, as you can see, it's quite a versatile pedal. If you're watching this on YouTube, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel. I am trying to go towards 1,000 subscribers and I'm only around 25 people away. I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel and make me reach that goal of 1,000. You guys know I've been putting out videos for years now, and every little bit matters and helps, and the encouragement goes a long way. And if you're watching this on Facebook, please like the Briganza's Music Facebook page. Please like my Facebook page, that's facebook.com/official Surjo Music. And till next time, you guys, take care.